I don't know about the men on you, so. I don't think it was black magic.
This one was.
I don't think it was black
The
magic.
old black magic.
You weren't there,
I was in Horseshoe.
but you weren't there at the gas station
How do you know?
because it was just
You
me
were
and
drinking,
it
sir.
was
You
just-
can't be accounted.
it was just me and Buddha.
Kyle and I were out.
Y'all were actually fishing.
Oh, I guess we can recap some of it.
Yeah, might as well.
Well, whatever do you mean, Jeff? You talking about the
Talk
fishing
about
trip,
it,
right?
Jeff.
I was stuck. Well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, I got very unfairly treated on that boat.
What?
Well,
By who, Jeff?
Buddha
and Brandon, mainly Buddha.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Why?
Why are you saying
Well,
that? Those are bold
he
statements.
he wanted to say that I was not being a team player. I was like, "Come on, Buddha."
That you weren't being a team
That's what
player?
he said.
I thought y'all accused him of not being a team player.
I just kept hearing how he was so angry and hungry all the time.
Yeah, he was kind of angry and hungry.
He was hangry. He kept wanting me to bait his hook, and you know, yeah. I'm like, dude. I'm not, and I'm busy over there trying to. I mean, it was a team thing, right? So it's boat versus boat, and like somebody had to catch fish, you know. So I'm over there doing my part, being a team player, catching slabs, and meanwhile, you know, Buddha's over there wanting me to put a worm on for him. I'm like, you know, can't do it. And he gets mad.
Did you start calling him like son in sport? And
No, I just,
He came off the boat and he goes, "You know how they are."
it's like, what does that mean?
like,
Yeah.
they're all the same. So,
Can't say that. It's racist.
no, I didn't mean it that way. I meant like just, you know,
Inexperienced fisherman.
inexperienced fishermen.
I got you, buddy.
Thank you, Kyle.
What did y'all mean?
He's talking about, those inexperienced anglers.
Y'all are
They're
totally
the
going the wrong
worst, you
direction with
know.
that.
They're always just being too loud.
Is it on you? Okay.
You know, they're always taking up room on the boat and all of those inexperienced fishermen.
I mean, you know, it's, yeah.
Oh, we know.
So, but y'all ended up cutting out early?
We did. We fished for maybe 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, because, and I understood, you know, Brandon was worried a little bit about his boat.
Right. But, I mean, y'all weren't far out, right?
No, we were just at the jetties. Now, we were catching fish. Brandon did a good job putting us on fish. We did catch fish. We caught a lot of, you know, the drum. We didn't catch a lot of reds. We did,
Right.
except for the biggest red, I call it.
That's debatable.
Except,
That's very debatable.
well, we measured it. So the ruler's not debatable.
Is there any proof of this
We took a picture.
with the ruler?
Yes.
I've never seen that. I've yet to see
we
it.
posted it in the group. It literally shows it right on 30 mark. Yeah.
Wasn't the slot 28?
Yes.
Yeah, we put it back.
I thought you did. I was just
Yeah, we put it right back. Right.
So it wasn't so it wasn't
gotta
the
have
biggest
it- you
fish
gotta
in
have
the
a stamp.
slot then.
To go over.
Yeah, it was over
You gotta
slot,
buy a one
for sure.
slot.
Okay, I got
You
it.
got to
Yeah.
buy over slot stamp.
Yeah, we put it right
Yeah,
back.
you can keep one, but you got to have a tag. Yeah,
Yeah, or tag, yeah.
You got to pay for
Yeah.
one.
Put it right back in the cooler. But yeah, it was fun, man. I tell you, that was a good trip.
Yeah, Brandon had a real chance to really hammer it home, and then cut and ran when he was like in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he kind of quit after his first match.
I mean, he could have easily went and dumped that cooler and then went.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing when that happens, right?
It's so
you
bad.
know, to go out there and I mean, even if you're not just winning, and
No.
still be able to kind of come out on top.
you don't want to. You don't want to be a
good
You
attitude.
just don't want to quit.
Well, we
especially
went
when
in
your truck
'cause-
or
yeah,
your boat wasn't even expected to work.
That's right.
Sure.
No, it's a win just to be out there.
Sure. I thought we were going in for a sandwich.
Go back out.
You go back out.
And I go upstairs and make a sandwich and
Jeff has no idea.
came back. What?
Nothing.
Keep going.
Keep going.
I was
double. Never mind. Keep going.
Oh, well, I came back down and like the boat's cleaned out, and I was like, oh, I guess we're not going back out.
Sometimes you gotta shit your pants and move on.
Yeah.
Brandon shit his pants and moved on. He was done. So Buddha and I were just like, well, I guess we'll just ride to the grocery store.
Do you see, guys, how when the music comes on, Jeff's tone just adapts instantly to the? I guess
Mark has conditioned him to the sad music.
It's just what happened.
we'll just ride to the grocery store.
I mean, it was all we
Together,
could do. It was
with the
all we
music
could
off.
do.
The windows down. Hand in hand.
Fucking really bad at chess.
Well, we'll have to make sure that we recap when Dave can be on, and Buddha had to do side job today, but Buddha's gonna, we'll get Buddha's take on this whole.
I'm sure that the abuse of Jeff,
the abuse that was had.
that
apparently on
Hefe
that
is
boat.
saying that he received from Buddha.
It was pretty bad.
Right.
What about
And
the
I'm gonna
first
tell you,
night?
when he gets hungry,
Yeah, what about the first night when you guys were out there waiting on the dock?
oh my God, when we got hung up in the
Yeah.
shallows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what made that bad is that his phone was in the truck.
Yeah.
So he could not, he couldn't call home or whatnot, which, I understood. I know that was an issue. And we're like, we can let you use our phone.
Yeah.
And then it was only knee deep from where we were. And we're like, if you just get out and walk, it's not far. And he wasn't going to do
Oh,
that.
he wasn't going to do that.
Because there's,
Did he see the shark?
he heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
And that was enough. And
Yeah, they'll get you knee deep.
but he
That's
was
where they'll get you. That's where they live.
he was really upset about the fact that he didn't have anything to eat and didn't have his phone.
Buddha's got to have his security blankets at all times,
Yeah.
Little Debbie's.
But
Gotta raise their mic.
Yeah. Oh, that's Jeff's. Sorry.
You don't raise Jeff's. Yeah. It's hilarious how quick Buddha just resorted back to, I could just fuck all them up. Like how quick he was just like, well, I could just fuck everybody up on this boat.
Just fight him.
I was about to say, Buddha did a really good job, accepting the new guy first time trip hazing.
Yeah.
He
But
did.
by the end of it,
He did.
Oh,
he was like, y'all must have forgotten. Yeah. there won't be a second trip like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He made that clear.
I agree.
Very clear.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
He was a great sport about it though.
He was.
He was a good fit.
No,
Yeah.
Yes.
He had a good time.
For sure.
He
Sure. Well, next time we're going to have to try to make sure that we keep up with whose fish got what. And
Oh, no. We are
Are
absolutely
we doing
keeping
the
up.
full-
We're going to do the tournament.
we're going to do the straight up in-house tournament.
Yeah. We're going to do the in-house Horseshoe Hookers tournament.
All right. Y'all heard it here. Let's go.
I have the rules. Whether I don't care if any of y'all fools like the rules or not. The rules are the rules. I put my foot down. That's what they are. You guys are going to deal with it.
Okay.
I'm on a little
I'm
edge
fine
right
with it.
now.
I
I don't know
see that,
why.
buddy. I
I
don't
feel.
either,
I
man.
feel the need.
You should've
You know what
rolled
it was?
What?
Yeah. It was our conversation that we had this past week, mine and yours.
Let's hear it.
Fuck, man. We had so many conversations. I don't want to say the wrong one.
The one about district.
Oh. Which part?
Well known.
Oh. Well.
That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, June 7th, down at District. Starting. Yeah, we'll go right into the jiu-jitsu talk and recap ADCC. Everybody coming off of ADCC is getting ready for June 7th. Quartet Integrity's team against Odyssey, SBG, and Checkmat. Philip Smith's Checkmat.
Yep. But there was a few things that had me a little crunk. Okay, there's a few things.
There's a few things that got you crunk.
Few things a little bit that had me a little bit crunk. One, let's talk about, since we're talking ADCC, coaching for 14 hours and not being able to compete and hurt anybody really has me a little crunk. Like I was ready to strangle that coach that was
Oh my gosh.
in Cal's match.
Okay.
The one that
No.
no.
It was before
the
that.
quarters, I think.
Yeah. He was trying to tell Cal to be like more chill with whooping his guy's ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Cal,
Like, you're supposed to do it nicely or something?
When Cal was like running him off the mat.
Probably.
Okay,
That's
so
just what Cal does.
but it wasn't. He didn't run him off the mat.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a 2-step blast double and he landed on the mat, on the black of the mat. They didn't even go off the mat at all, even in the transition scramble that occurred after it. They didn't go off the mat. He just stuck him.
Yeah.
And the guy's coach starts yelling about no slams. You know, there ain't no supposed to be no slams. Why is he slamming my guy? Why is he? So the ref and the judge both were like, that's just a takedown, sir. Mm-hmm. And he wouldn't let it go. He just kept talking about it. Just kept chatting. So to this point, I hadn't said nothing. I looked over and kind of scoffed at him, just like, you know, gave him a little, and because Cal
Wee little man.
Yeah, because Cal was doing Cal stuff. He's doing Helton things out there on his boy and put it on him. So subbed him. Cal's super crunk, you know, and I'm right there. Like, I match energy with Helton's really good. Like we go well together. We mesh really well together in a competition.
You got all those years of Sam and
it's like a Mount Zion thing. Yeah, and they're all just
Jordan
super crunk.
They're
all super crunk.
Right.
Buddha's probably the least crunk of all of them, and he's crunk.
Yeah,
you know, he's just less crunk.
Yeah, that's very true.
So after Cal wins, they come over. His guy comes over, shakes my hand. I say, "Hey, good job, buddy. Hang in there." And he goes and walks away. And I turn to look, and Cal does what he's supposed to do, goes over to shake the coach's hand, and the coach does the old like Donald Trump hold on to his hand and like try to like pull him in a little bit and starts talking to him. And I said, hey. So I walk in front of. There's got to be video of this on one of the mats.
It's on the yeah. It'll see you walking across.
I walk in front of it, and I grab Cal by his rash guard, and I throw him back by me, and I said, "Hey, stop talking to my guy.
Yeah.
Said, you got a guy. You go coach him. You don't talk to my guy."
Yep.
And he's like, "I was just telling him, you know, they need to be more careful." I said, "No. You need to teach your guy to defend takedowns. Well, stop talking to my guy."
So what I don't think you did see, which is where your timing was impeccable. So I'm on the other side of Cal and the coach. I'm on next to the other mat with Cole, right? I just got done finishing his match because they both strangled people at like the exact same time. Mm-hmm. I'm watching it, and I can see that like once you got up, like I knew it was an issue because you're coming across to the other coach, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look at Cal and the coach, and Cal's already talking to him.
Oh yeah,
Cal already told him to tell his boy to grab his fucking nuts.
Yeah, he did. I heard him.
As you were pulling Cal's still talking. I'm like, oh no, the best thing he ever did for you, coach, was come get his guy. Like, don't coach. So I see this happen, and I got the boys, Larissa and Steph. I said, grab the boys real quick. I start circling back around. I'm like, I'm not sure how this is gonna play out.
No, because and see, honestly,
and then a big little like a part in the sea happened between the table on our side and the other side. So I just start circling back around, and then the ref jumped up and asserted himself.
The little man assertion of the ref was real.
And then Dave got all of it for some reason. He locked right in on Dave. And Dave was like, for once, it's really not me. Dave got a chuckle out of it, you know?
Yeah, no. And see, really, I was just trying to do like the MLB manager where the manager comes out and saves the player from getting ejected.
Right.
I just didn't want Cal because Cal would have
double that boy right through the
So I didn't. You know, he was still competing. I didn't want him to get ejected. So I was like, look, if anybody needs to get involved in this right now, like it's me. I mean, I'm the one that needs to get involved.
Good job, coach.
So I had to step in, but he wasn't happy, and he wanted to be chatty. And what was funny was the Heltons. Cal, Crawford, Cole.
Oh, I know.
Cal, Crawford.
I saw the whole thing starting to line up. I was like,
Mama Helton, Mama Helton. You know, the whole Helton clan.
Yeah.
They're all like,
I believe it's Bonnie or Barbara. One of those. No, your mom's Barbara.
My mom's Barb.
Yeah, I think it is Bonnie.
Barb.
Either way, that family will cut you.
Yeah. So we, he had no idea how the danger that he was in because. Cal's right. Cole was competing on the match to the left of our mat.
Yeah, and I didn't even tell Cole.
And he was like right in the middle. Yeah. Like he was on the left side of our mat. So he was in the middle of our whole group right there.
Right.
You know, anything would have went down, it'd have been really bad. He wouldn't have been able to get away.
I just was like, I was locked in on that happening. I told Steph, grab the boys, and Cole's coming off the mat. I was like, yeah, good job, blah, 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 blah. And then he starts talking to his girl. I'm like, I'm not going to tell Cole what just
Yeah, no.
I just made sure everything was good, walked over, and then it was all chill from there. It was cool, though. It was cool. That's like the third time that's same scenario is kind of broken out. But
Yeah, it's all right.
yeah, Helton's came and showed up, man. We started off with a little bit of quicksand. I got stuck in the mud a little bit as far as the tournament goes. Get in that mic when you want to talk.
For the adults.
Yeah,
Yes.
for the adults.
Yeah, teens came out hitting.
Yeah, Aiden did okay. Aiden did okay. It was first ADCC for him,
Right.
and
He had to go up and weigh.
He had to go up and
He
weigh.
just had that's going to be. I mean, he's just going to have those problems. He's
And
big
it was
kid, short kid,
kids
young kid.
divisions were stacked
That's true.
at ADCC.
That's
like
true.
they were.
They
It
were
was
hitting.
all the travel, like jiu-jitsu kids from Miami, from West Coast, from Northeast, from everywhere.
Kids had tattoos. I mean,
Yeah. yeah, tatted up.
tatted up.
Some Brazilian kid with like a full sleeve. He's like 14.
Like mustache.
Oh,
Drove
yeah.
himself
Just
there.
straight out of the
Drove himself there.
favela.
He
No,
already owes
flew himself
He's already
there.
owes back taxes. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
flew
pays
himself
alimony.
there from Sao Paulo and rented a
Behind
car.
on child support.
Yeah, rented a car to drive himself from the airport. It was
Bo
it was
nickel.
rough. Yeah.
Bo nickel cauliflower ear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's got
So-
2 misdemeanors already.
Yeah, Aiden's match was his division was tough, but then I think that little friend of his, you know, who I'm talking about, little pudgy white kid, the Aiden knew that was
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah,
the other end of his division.
I forget the kid's name, but yeah. he's competed against
Yeah.
him since he was little.
Yeah, I think he got messed up, bro. I think
he's
did he
the one-
did he catch the elbow?
He's the one. Did he catch another one?
Oh, is that from before?
He's the
okay,
kid
I
that
saw
caught one that. Yeah, no, that
Okay.
wasn't the same ADCC.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's the one where
I
the
saw
kid
that clip.
basically just bowed him
From
in the face,
close
and
guard,
broke
right?
His nose or some shit.
Yeah, from like close guard. He
Yep.
just boom.
Yep.
And then they showed the picture and it's like nose is over here.
Yeah, and the kid just blatantly just bowed him
Yeah,
in the
just
face.
elbowed him in the face.
Yeah.
I thought that was from later on in the match.
No, that's just what the kid's been kind of known for now.
Oh, okay.
Sadly.
Yeah,
Cooper.
because Cooper.
Cooper's his
Yeah,
name.
Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper. Yeah, he competes a lot. Kid's gotten a long way. A lot of heart.
Yeah, because I saw that clip right like the Monday after ADCC. I was like, oh God, I know that kid.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. He's been at a bunch of the AGFs
broke
that
his
we've
nose?
done.
yeah, like
Yeah.
completely over on the side of his face.
Yeah,
That's not good.
yeah. Aiden had some tough ones, and then
But
Gordon went-
look, Aiden had a really tough first one where nerves just got him. He's on his heels the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Came back really upset off the mat. You know, talked through it. You know, composed himself. Went back out. Had a really good first half of the
Went
next.
back out?
Yeah, definitely went back out.
Damn.
Yeah, like really ate crap the first match, and then went back out. And competed again.
yeah,
And had a great first half of the next match.
Right.
And then just got caught in a scramble and
Aiden's definitely one of those that you got to get him through his first one, and then he starts to cut loose.
Yeah.
But he's kind of had a little bit of issue of freezing coming off a wrestling season for some reason. Like his AGF did the same thing, and I don't know what gives. Aiden's got a guard, and he just acts like it's not there anymore or something. I don't know.
well, he's got a guard. He's also got really good like just stand up discipline right now.
Oh, for sure. Now the
if
stand-up's
he's,
not the
if he's
issue.
aggressive with it,
Right,
That was the
right.
problem in the first one. He wasn't aggressive with it. He let the kid bully him a little bit. And Aiden should never let anybody bully him.
No.
He should be the bully on the mat.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, and you would know all this because you were there way before me on Saturday.
I was there early.
I coached for 9 hours, and you were there for like 4
Almost
more
14
hours.
hours.
Yeah, more than me.
'Cause
Yeah,
I got
5 more
there
hours
just
than-
before 8 and I left just before 10 p.m.
That's right. We didn't leave until almost.
It was 9:45 when we walked out. And they were still running. They were still going.
Yeah, that would be if as far as like you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly out of it all. That's definitely kind of the bad. Their efficiency of running a tournament's pretty trash.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just pretty trash. It's not.
There's 1,500 competitors.
Yeah,
Was
it's
it really?
1,500.
1,500?
1,500.
Holy crap.
It was pretty efficient. It's that it was
It's 1,500
people
competitors,
in one
yeah.
day.
But they could run the. I mean, they don't have. I don't know. I push back on that. I don't think that they could have. I think it could have been more efficient.
Okay.
I mean, just put in the IBJJF model that if for argument's sake,
Yeah.
it runs more efficient. And I think what is their capacity? We could probably Google it.
I bet it's not 1,500.
Between gi and no gi?
Yeah, but they do it in 2 days.
Well, then maybe there you go.
I agree 100%. I think ADCC
1,500 maybe not
needs to be a 2-day tournament, and kids too. Like they do the teens, youth and teens division too in ADCC, all in the same day.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's 1,500 is probably too much for one day.
It's too much. Well, and something they were doing in the kids that they didn't do as much of in the adults, but I still saw it a lot. They would wait for coaches for 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah,
they would just wait for coaches.
That and I know this has nothing to do with the tournament itself, but man, they're streaming on Flow. Oh, it was horrible.
Flow
man.
sucks.
That's Flow.
So bad.
That's Flow.
Yeah.
Now, as far as like, talent showing up and how they covered it and how they push it and all that, that's all great. They kicked the shit out of IBJJF. And as far as IBJJF Opens and ADCC Opens go, I don't hold a lot of value to winning a fucking IBJJF Open or not an Open anything.
Yeah,
right?
Open anything. No.
As far as like right now, you could definitely argue that ADCC is more prestigious than an IBJJF Open.
It's hotter.
It's hotter, but yeah, they for one they don't roll out as many as IBJJF does. Not Open.
Not yet.
And they've only been rolling them out a year and a half?
Year and a half.
Something like So there's a lot of buzz behind it, So it's way more popular. Nogi's, what's popular. So they've got all the hype behind it. So yeah, they're definitely going to be in that sense. But as far as like running a tournament goes, and I'm slightly biased because I like that the Masters black belts go in the morning,
absolutely,
instead of late ass night.
I don't know why they do that.
But I mean, they probably don't give a shit. I don't know why they do that.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Why you would? I mean, those are the guys that are going to be the coaches. Like, but also, they're going to be coaching.
Brackets were not out until the night before.
Mm-hmm. Well, they wait until weigh-ins before they do the brackets. They wait until the weigh-ins.
But IBJJF has theirs out days before.
Yeah.
But they have weigh-in 30 minutes before you get on the mat.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much of that is.
ADCC will rearrange their brackets if people don't weigh, if they miss weight or decide they're not going to compete, which it makes me a little bit concerned because the situation we had with Will, like they he missed weight on Friday, and they let him come back Saturday and weigh in.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it as long as you're in weight before?
But so
2 hours before your division.
But what they on their page, the way they put it is that you had to weigh in Friday, period. Mm-hmm. Unless you made prior arrangements to weigh in Saturday, and then Saturday, if you did that in advance, then you could weigh in, and you had to weigh in 2 hours before your division started.
Yeah,
that was their rule.
Yeah, and you just had to email them. That's what me and Matt did.
Because ultra, and they made ultras weigh in, which is weird. I don't know why they would make ultras weigh in.
Hey, how is Matt?
He's a little fucked up. Yeah, he. I mean, he's on antibiotics and he's getting better. Yeah. But yeah, his.
Well, that's good.
I came in Tuesday, and his leg's like this, and it's fucking beet red all the way up. Yeah, Matt was he was supposed to run the adult division, 100 kilograms plus, and I couldn't find Matt anywhere, and I go and I walk out into the lobby, and he's laying down with his feet up. And I'm like, "Hey man, you good?" And he's like, "Well, I'm trying to keep my feet up because my blood's not circulating like it's supposed to." And I was like, "What the fuck does that mean, Matt?" Now I've got shit going on everywhere, so I'm just making rounds and just dealing with shit.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at him. And I look at his leg, and it's got like a red spot on it by his ankle, which is like the last time he had what is it called?
Cellulitis.
That is it cellulitis?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
what's the thing I kept calling it Wednesday?
It's a staph. You said
you can go septic.
Septic
after.
Well, I know that, but what's the thing that like big women with a big ass get?
Cellulite.
Cellulite.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's where they got
Okay, so I was right.
Looks like they got hit in the ass with a sack of pennies.
Yeah, that.
Cellulitis.
Like shot in the ass with
Hail damage.
like, hit with some buckshot. Hail damage is great way to describe that.
Cellulitis has nothing to do with having
Cellulite?
excess fat.
I know. I'm just saying. I got corrected on Wednesday's class because everybody was like, "Isn't that the thing?" Then and I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure that's it." So I wasn't wrong.
I mean,
Everybody,
Matt
just so y'all know.
may have probably.
I made that joke. I was like, he's got a little
he's
cellulite.
ultra,
Yeah,
so he
big
probably
boy.
has a little cellulite. But
Got some hams on him.
he had cellulitis.
He did have cellulitis, and he's had it before. And the last time he just ignored it, he went fucking septic and ended up in the hospital.
Yeah,
So-
I tried to do that once. I tried to ignore it once.
Yeah, you can't
doesn't
ignore
work.
it. It doesn't work.
I couldn't even put my pants on to go to the doctor.
To even because
Like, to get out of bed.
touch even.
I just didn't have the strength. I was so I
shit.
couldn't even bend over to pull my pants
That's
up.
wild, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all can't do that.
And
so Matt's trying to do that and still compete.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him. I'm like, I'm going to circle back to you. So I go and I circle back like maybe 30, 40 minutes later, and he's still laying there. And that's not like Matt going into a match, a fight, or
crunk.
anything. He's usually bouncing around, checking on everybody, real crunk, wide-eyed. And I reach down and I grab him by like the palm. Like I walk up and don't tell him I'm coming up, and I grab him by the palm, grab his head, and like he's clammy and pale and shit. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? He was like, this is how I kind of felt when I went septic last time. I couldn't get warm. And he's just like shivering with a hoodie on. And Matt runs hot. Like he's hefty guys. Like we run hot. Yeah. And I looked and I was like, dude, fucking go to the ER. Like, get out of here. What are you doing? And he's like, I just don't want to be a bitch to bow out. And all this and that. I was like, well, then I'm not going to give you a choice, all right? I'm pulling you then, Matt, and I'm bowing you out. How about that? And he's like,
Man.
fuck, all right, man. All right. He wasn't happy with me. He still wasn't happy with me.
I
It was
know.
like, and then I got here on Tuesday. I was like, I'm glad I made the right decision, dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was going to go out there. I don't know what happens after that. You get your blood pumping, and
It's like Monty Python. It's just a flesh wound.
it's just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Leg falls off in the middle of the match.
We're good.
I'm
We're
fine.
good. Put a Band-Aid on it. We're good.
Dies at an ADCC Open.
God, that'd be terrible.
They'd use it as publicity.
Has anybody ever died at a BJJ match?
I'm sure.
Google it.
I'm sure they have. I'm sure there's somebody that had a heart attack. All the old guys that try to compete at Naga stroked
Stroke.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Local tournament or IBJJF, and they covered
What'd
it
you
up.
say?
No, Naga. I'm sure.
What, from getting
It
choked?
was a Naga. It was worth it a Google.
Is that-
isn't it?
Yeah, I
Common?
got you.
Okay.
I gotta put my old man glasses on.
Yeah.
It's on you,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah. Yeah,
just did hear.
Matt had to bow. That one sucked. I know because he really did. He trained hard for it. He really did. He was going to be a problem, and the guy he would have had first was the guy that went on to win the whole thing. So, yeah, we hit a bit of quicksand coming out the gate. Will, Buddha, and Davis all got submitted right at around the same time.
Now, which one's Will? That's.
Remember the guy that looks like Kevin?
Oh yeah.
There you go. Yeah, he drove down from fucking Indiana, cut like 20 pounds, and competed
On the drive.
on the drive. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. I was glad to see him.
Okay, so IBJJF at the
Boom.
Brasileiros
Boom. Told you.
like a year ago.
Boom. And they covered it up.
Found the. Yeah.
Oh my God! Why are you laughing, Mark?
Because somebody made a joke under this and said IBJJF investigated and found the only wrongdoing was the ref didn't grab his feet and lift his legs up.
It's like Babylon B.
That's fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, it's messed up.
So they didn't cover it up.
No, they didn't.
Heart attack or injury?
Yeah. How'd he die?
Stroke.
Okay.
Yeah,
yep.
There you go.
Stroke.
What
Stroked
me and
out.
you, right here.
Yep.
One for me, one for Austin.
Because he got choked.
Yeah, but IBJJF wouldn't comment on
He
it.
was probably fucking juiced out. No, I don't want to say that. Guy was probably a good guy.
It's a woman.
Oh.
Anna Carolina Vieira.
Os.
Yeah, that's definitely an os. Yeah.
Got to whisper at least one close.
I guess that means you lost.
Yeah, you lose. Yeah, you can't.
You lost. What year was that?
Like 2 years ago.
Damn. So yeah, there's probably been way more there, Jeff. Yeah, they all came out the gate and ate shit right away.
Yeah, we had that, and then we had the Buddha situation.
Yeah, we got to sort Buddha out on it. He's gonna be he'll be better. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. It's just
It'll be
sad.
fine. It was sad. And Davis is actually doing pretty well, and then he went the wrong way on a triangle.
Davis, had Davis.
Yeah. So right at that, I look at Austin. Austin looks at me, and I'm like, we're going to have to dig out of this one, buddy.
Then we had Simon.
Yeah, Simon had a damn good match with a black belt. Damn good match.
Should've
and
won.
then
Got screwed.
got screwed, and I didn't pick it up. I should have fought for the 2 points that he clearly scored. Looking back at him, like, and even Everett and TJ were like, how is it not 2 points? And I'm like trying to think. I was like, I don't know. Maybe it was a change of position or something. I was just like, let's go, on to the next, But that's also, all right, so another good, bad, and the ugly. Another knock to me was the communication between the ref and the table.
Yeah.
There was several examples. Crawford's final. There was a bunch of stuff. There was some stuff in yours. There was some in Cole's where just the communication from the table to the ref just was dog shit. I mean, you have these giant speakers. And
music was too loud.
There's plenty of times I saw the table yelling to the ref, and the ref was not communicating. Like, nothing was conveyed, unless you're going to put them on a shock collar or something. I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
I don't know why I get that. Are you
Paul's
out?
lost.
Are you lost? You're at the gym, Jeff. Oh, yeah, we ran through all them. That was like 2 months ago, Jeff. You haven't been here. Dude, we've been yes, we bought 12 2 months ago. Yeah, come buy more. You want a cup, Mike? Yeah.
Here, rinse that out if you want a coffee cup. What was that?
I don't know what that was. Nervous gibber. You have to put water in it too. Okay,
No,
the little blue thing.
Blue
on
light's on. It says it needs water.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's fine.
Jeff.
Anyways, yeah, I didn't understand.
Is he okay?
Yeah, I'm a little wound up. I don't know what his deal is. He needed bourbon. We didn't get bourbon.
He lost at chess.
Did
did
you
he?
just fucking murder him in the chest? Look at that. Another thing on the fucking horseshoe recap.
chess
I
tournament.
ate shit at chess.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say. Going back. I don't understand the. And part of it, I like that the table has a little more say so, or well, they have a lot more say so. But I wouldn't mind them having some say so. But to not rely on the ref at all with their vantage point, there, like, because it wasn't until Gordon's match that I'd come up that
the stall.
Yeah, because I was looking for the ref to call stuff, and I didn't pick that up right away, and I started calling for Gordon to. I don't know, attack more. And Mark was like, no. He's like, he's already gotten several warnings for passivity. And he's about to get penalized. He was like, hold. And I was like, when did he do that? And he's like, the table called it out. I'm like,
just
huh? Which, that's not necessarily on the ADCC in that scenario. That was just me being ignorant of the rules.
Right.
That's
cool.
And
it goes to the atmosphere, though, too, because you were only like 2-3 feet to the right of me.
Yeah, I was just right there.
And you didn't hear, you couldn't hear it because the music and all that's so loud. And that's what the kids coach complained about. He's like, well, I didn't hear it. Now, we were the same distance from the judge, the table judge, and I heard it clear, but I was also attuned to it. I was listening for it. And so I was like, oh, and I saw it. And I saw it happen a couple times, and the third time, and I was like, "Oh, this kid's gonna get a penalty." And then we went to points and the scramble, and then it happens again, and I don't know if their coach just wasn't paying attention the first half of the match, was just paying attention to the match. The kid was definitely stalling.
Yeah,
definitely took
way
advantage
too long.
of Gordon. Thought he was just going to be able to get into points and pass his guard really quick, and then couldn't. Gordon was definitely game for it, and did really, really well. And then the kid got a little frustrated and went back to a lay and pray, just didn't advance, and then they hit him with it again.
Yeah, reaching high,
just holding in the armpits, not doing anything, trying to do a can opener on Gordon, just to try to open guard.
Such a silly technique.
Yeah.
Shout out to Paul Gableman.
So then we were getting close to the end of the match, and it was Gordon was up by a disadvantage, so the other kid had a negative.
Yeah, ended up winning him the match.
Kyle's like, got to go. Probably not going to get a decision. because we probably wouldn't have gotten a decision all day that Saturday on almost any of the matches we were in. And I was like, no, Gordon, stay right where you're at. Hold. Mark comes in where you're at. Hold where you're at. You're good. And then time ended, and his coach was confused. The kid was confused. He's like, he thought he was going to overtime and was going to get this, and nope. No. Gordon raised his hand, and we're moving forward.
Gordon got the nod.
Yeah, kid came out with no shirt on.
So many kids.
So, another thing,
Popping the top, they call it.
Yeah, popping the top. I want to talk about is, man, I'm a little upset that level black used to be really cool gear.
Oh no,
man, it used to be really cool. Like 3 years ago when I got level black, rash guard and shorts, when they was just starting to come out.
I still haven't got my first kit. Are they out? Is it over?
Yeah, it's done, bro. Everybody.
Are they the tatami of
everyone?
I was just gonna ask, who was it that
that did the same thing?
Yeah, they just sent gear to everybody. Like,
it's
a joke about getting a sponsorship.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Elite did that.
Yeah,
Well,
they were like the
scumbag
cheap.
scammers.
Yeah.
Breakpoint. Breakpoint back in the day, like 10 years ago. Tatami did
had
it.
all the, animated, everything. Kids had them because they had all like the
cartoon stuff,
stuff, and all that. Yeah. Tatami was one.
But when I turned around Saturday a couple times, and there was like all level black. It used to be a little.
He's a little edgy for
a little edgy. It's a nogi guy. Yeah, level black guy. It's really cool. When they were just coming out of Texas, it was just all like the Cody Steele and all those Texas grapplers, Austin grapplers. They were the only ones really wearing it. It's like, that's it, and it looks really good. Man, everyone at the ADCC Open had level black. Like kids had custom level black stuff. And that's this kid, the kid that we were just talking about, comes out, pops the top, no shirt, level black shorts, Brazilian.
Should we say that when we're talking about kids?
I don't know. He's a teenager. He's probably past the age of consent.
He's almost 18.
It's the age of consent. He's fine.
Okay, I'm just asking.
We're not the ones that televised the event.
That's true too.
That's a good point.
We're just reporting.
Yeah,
that is also very, very. Thank you.
Thank you, Austin. Appreciate you, buddy.
We are just reporting what happened.
Yeah,
that's correct.
That's exactly what happened. So.
Yeah, they.
It makes me not want to wear my level black stuff.
Yeah.
Are you telling us you're going to pop the top next?
Like that guy that Nicky Rod went against a couple years ago at the trials.
One of the trials
at Jersey. The big, he was like me. He's a 40-year-old overweight guy.
Yeah.
Out there against Nicky Rod, pops the top, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, but he was like a blue belt and gym shorts.
Yeah.
Like basketball shorts.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Against Nicky Rod, this is like right when Nicky Rod was starting to hit. It might have been his first trials. It was.
His first trials.
I think that it went way longer than what I would have thought.
Level black.
No. The fat guy up in Jersey against Nicky Rod. The match. Yeah.
Yeah, it did go longer than you would think.
But
that's Nicky Rod style.
Yeah. But I'm upset about the level black stuff.
No.
I'm a little.
Yeah, Gordon went out in like just regular ass homeschool rash guard and shorts.
Yeah,
looked Sonic compression shorts.
Yeah, looked really very unassuming.
Yes, yeah. Got him a foot lock.
Did get him
got him a nice little foot lock out of the day. That warmed my heart. Won the points. Got a foot lock. Got strangled in another and lost on points in another.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did really well though.
Yeah, he did really
stacked
really
bracket
good.
too for him.
Blue belt, teenage. Yeah, Brandon had a good.
Brandon looked
good day.
Really good.
He looked real good.
We started bringing it back around.
Yeah, well, so the teens ran and it was we were like, okay, here we go, setting the tone, and then we ate shit when the adults came out like right out the gate.
Yeah.
And that's when we started like looking at having to turn it around.
Yeah,
Brandon went out and got. First guy, he was just like all over the place.
It was wild.
Like but he did have like several really good like all the way in guillotines.
Yeah,
like power guillotines and all. He was just trying to home run them instead of like slowly squeezing into him, burning his arms out.
Yep.
And then finally, after he got one of them, was like, if we can snap his hands down, we can go to his back. And he finally, because that was the game plan going into this whole thing, was take everybody's back, strangle everybody. That's all we're gonna, that'll keep us safe. We're good. And he snapped his head and took his back, strangled him. And then I told him, I was like, you gotta come. Oh, if there was anything Brandon pissed me off about, I totally forgot. I want to find the video.
Hey.
I want to find the video on his mat off of Flow. Because I cussed his out. I jumped up and fucking started cussing him. Kid went into a footlock. And Brandon's like looking at the ref.
Oh, yeah.
And then the first one, I was like, don't worry about it. Just keep, defend.
Because footlocks are illegal for him.
Yeah.
Leg locks are illegal.
And then they start going again, and the kid goes into it again, and he does it again and stops defending, looks at the ref, looks at me. I said, don't fucking look at me and goddamn protect your foot. I started losing my mind. I was like, if you don't fucking protect yourself, I'm going to lose my shit. And he fucking just and went after him after that.
Okay,
I was
so
like, do not wait for the ref or your opponent to save you.
Okay,
they're
so
not there to help you.
Do you think though that the late reaction from the ref is a direct result of them not being the one that's giving points and stuff?
Probably.
That he just wasn't paying as
If
much
it's
attention.
supposed to come from the table,
Yeah.
So
it's a delay.
Yeah.
and it's ignorance here. I don't know.
Love
but
questions.
Are all of the refs there at ADCC, are they at least black belts?
No.
No, I don't think so. Right?
No, there were some purple and browns.
Would you say they're
All the
at
judges,
least
all the
purple up?
judges, all the judges are supposed to be at least black belt.
Is that right?
Okay,
They're
so,
all
I have no
so
idea on
each
that one.
match has judges. How many?
And
How
refs.
many?
One.
So one
At the
judge,
table.
one ref.
The judge
Yeah.
at the table is the one that issues the points.
Right, and you have a person working the clock.
So the
working
ref
clock.
does not call points like in Naga.
No.
or IBJJF or anything else that
No.
does that.
No.
No, so if you're looking for the ref to know where
He
you're
doesn't
at,
even signal.
Well, I kept wondering why you never saw the refs going.
No,
you
they
know,
don't do any
The
of that.
ref is supposed to be there just to keep the athletes safe, is what they say.
Is
So-
that how they put it?
Yeah.
Which
and to be the eyes on like the backside to let the judge know if like a hook's in that's away from it, like the guys are laying
is
on
that
their
not
side.
a delay though? Like now you've got to
It is.
like relay it to them. They've got to relay it back that it's. I mean, it just seems like, and I get what they're trying to do, right? Like they're trying to take a lot of that biased behavior out
Trying
of
to
the
take the
refs.
table talk out of.
Right. And I get that. I don't know. I mean, I get what they're trying to do, I should say. But
It wasn't really consistent though.
and I'm trying to be careful. No, it's not consistent. And I'm trying to be careful with because there's not a lot of great shit about how the refs do in IBJJF. I mean, you get fucking
No.
gringoed
It's
all
bad.
the time. I mean, we still got gringoed. Well, not gringoed. We got Travenited in Crawford's match. But it was I don't know if anybody realized, but that kid's been like with Traven since he was an orange belt because my kids competed against him. So when they ran off them, is a separate issue. We'll get there. But he, yeah, I don't know. Like IBJJF, you definitely can get screwed, and I don't want. Like this was my first coaching in ADCC, so of course it's going to be different. I'm not going to like things compared to what I've always been coaching, basically either sub only or generally the IBJJF rule sets. So it is just new to me in a lot of ways. I'd probably have to run another one before I just be like absolutely don't fucking like it.
Well, and we had 15 competitors,
Right.
and like we had 2 of our black belts competing,
Right.
Which is a little unusual for us. So whereas you would typically be just coaching, you had to focus on your stuff too and competing, and you weren't sure when your match was going to go because it was
Pushing back.
moving and then it jumped forward
8:30, yeah.
very quickly right when it came up, and you don't know how much they're going to delay. So same for Austin. Austin was competing. His was kind of right in the middle of the adults, so
yeah, but
he couldn't
45
really.
minutes between matches. Well, at least one of them was, wasn't it?
One of them.
Yeah, and then it was supposed to be like 30 minutes, and good thing I got up and walked to the mat because I was talking to one of the other competitors, and there, as I looked at my phone, I was like, oh, it says I'm up.
I'm up. Yeah. See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, IBJJF doesn't use smooth comp. Maybe they should, maybe they shouldn't. But, you can, I don't know. Maybe that's where AGF is getting it right. Where
I mean, I like the bullpen. I like bullpenning the bracket.
I do like a bullpen the bracket
and I like
and
running it all to completion.
Start to finish, I like that.
Yeah.
I don't really
they
understand.
They would have to run all the top part of the bracket to completion, and then run all for third to completion. That's the way they would have to do it. They would have to run all. But what they do now is they'll run the top, then they'll run the bottom out, then they'll run the top out and run the bottom out and finish them at the same time. So because you've got a losers bracket. And there's more matches down there, and it just adds a bunch of time. You know, it's not like a typical bracket where your longest wait is between your first and your second match. You know, for them, and they were doing some of them starting on 2 mats. Some of the bigger divisions were starting on 2 mats, and then they would combine into 1 mat. So your wait may be 10 minutes between your first and your second match, and then you may have 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's wild.
You know, you may have an hour and a half.
That's wild. Like trials, I think are a totally different argument for open.
Trials do it in 2 days.
Exactly. But like with opens, it just, if you're talking about like the competitor experience and all that kind of stuff, man, 45 minutes before I get to my finals is dog shit.
It's
dude.
tough, especially when you're like running through a bracket, and you may have say 4 matches to gold, and you go, you get in a rhythm, 25, 30 minutes in between matches. That's pretty sweet spot, I think, for most competitors. And then you get through 3 of them, and you're like, okay, I'm in the finals now. Well, now I got to wait on 3 matches in the losers bracket and the 3rd place match before I have my finals. And I think, and then it's 45 minutes. And you're like, oh,
you got to cool down, warm back up, all that. Like, man, come on. And it just seemed very Naga like.
Yeah.
There's no barrier to the mat. There's, they're calling out the brackets at the fucking table. Hey, Jimmy, like, and then, I don't like. I think you should run it where like advanced, meaning the top, like black belts and brown belts and all that. Advanced runs first, and then you run all into the fucking all the way down to the brand new people later. Let them white belts go at fucking 8 o'clock at night. Like, they ain't coaching nobody.
I even like what Naga has started to do at some of theirs, where they'll run the absolute first. And then run the divisions. And
Newberg's done that too with ADCC rules.
Wild, right?
Right.
So run the advance, or run the open absolute first. And then start back over with your adult division, and then work into the white belts, top to bottom.
Right. Yeah, that, and then a $20 cover charge for your family to come in. There's nowhere to sit unless you brought your chairs. Like, and I think chairs come with that venue. Like, you just have to put them out.
But they had 18 mats out. There was no space.
Solid point, sir. I did like that.
It would.
Which, how many is IBJF runs? Like 12?
12 to 14 usually.
Yeah, I like that. I like that they had a lot of mats to run a bunch of matches. And I just, it would probably take some getting used to.
We'll see.
As far as coaching all day and competing, I ain't doing that shit again. That's not ideal. Unless I don't care who's in it.
Right.
And I'm just going to, just to have my match today. But
15 competitors in a double elimination tournament that's a lot of matches to keep up with.
Yeah, it's not ideal for sure. I like coaching when I compete, but I like to compete first, get it out of the way, and I love coaching the rest of the day. Like the first one we done with Nashville like that. Dude, that was great. That was a good feeling. I liked it. But that shit was that was a lot. But
so then you want to run through the Heltons rest of the matches?
We'll run through this really quick. So day's getting stuck in the quicksand. The more you move, the more you try, the more you sink. So you really got to start trying to build out momentum after that. So we had the Heltons up. That was when Mark got into it with a coach, and Cal's beating up guys too much, winning too much. Cole's running through his bracket. Crawford's running through his bracket. They're just tearing us through. Then Professor comes up. Hey,
yeah, bro.
Goes out in the first match. Good hand fighting. Solid experienced competitor. Definitely had a lot of matches. Won a lot
50 wins.
And won a lot by sub. You said he was an MMA guy too, huh?
I think so.
Yeah. So real solid guy. Was down for the stand up. Ended up getting the takedown. at points, or did you already get him down before points?
I had got him down before.
Before points.
Beautiful arm drag to outside.
Right before
That's right.
points.
That's right. Arm drag to the outside single.
And then I scored off a pass.
Pass on that one. Smushed. Yeah, it was all death from there. 1 on points on that one. All right. Then next man up. Why don't you go ahead and explain the next man? That was pretty good.
Yeah. So
Grab it.
I feel
Get
like,
up in there.
I feel like the second guy was probably the most athletic.
It was definitely the more entertaining. The final was good, but I liked just because of the exchange.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So that's the semifinals match then. More heavy collar ties. I actually popped him pretty good because he backed up. So instead of getting his neck, got his jaw. But he wasn't bothered by it. Like, he was definitely there to scrap as well. He pulled guard. Actually swept me from single leg X.
Yeah, I didn't see how he loaded you to get under you.
He did. So I turned away to get out of the single leg X, and he did a good job of catching my other foot.
Oh, nice. Okay.
The ankle lock attempt was pretty loose. Defending that was on my back. Then from close guard went into K guard, knee bar, toe hold, inside heel hook, outside heel hook, tap and win.
Boom. Yeah. Which tactically I love that because, either you're getting your takedown or they're pulling guard, we're smashing and passing. If they do happen to luck up and get in on the legs, it's like, well, now you get to deal with that. Yeah. Oh, welcome. Yeah, it's like making it out of side control with Mark and ending up in half guard. It's like
There was something you did I'd have to go back and look, but I told him it was on I think it was on your first match. Right. I think you may have been in guard, or I'm trying to remember, but you did some kind of inversion thing where you almost went for like a straight leg bar.
That would have been in that
one.
second match.
Yeah.
That was the second
That would be
match?
the one he was-
From
yeah.
close guard.
Yeah.
He likes a good leg bar.
God, that was awesome. I don't even know what you just did, but it looked good.
Yeah. He K guarded into.
That's what you're talking about?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't know.
You used to do that exact entry.
Did I?
Yeah, you used to. Where you drop your knee to the floor and then you throw your leg over their leg and put their heel to their butt.
Oh,
windshield
mine
wiper
didn't
out.
look the same.
Well, I didn't think it did. I'm just saying
But-
you've done it.
It looked good. It was smooth, man.
Yeah, that's
Very,
the problem.
very
Is like
smooth.
getting in on your legs. It's just like
was really,
it's just
really
not
smooth.
fun for anybody. It's not fun at all. Yeah, and then had a good guy out of Kazushi Club for the final.
Yep.
That one got a little hard nosed. It was good hard stand up, but that's the one where you had that big sit out and dumped him.
Yep.
And he's a judo guy, huh?
Yep. His smooth comp says he's a brown belt in judo.
Yeah, we got a shit dumped on Saturday. It was such a clean, and I saw you reach for the elbow, and I went, and then you hit it, and he dumped on his head. And I was like, oh yeah.
So I was able to be over there. I think I coached one of yours, maybe the first one or a second. I don't remember. I think I coached one of them. And was over there for the first two, and the biggest thing that I saw out of it was just your strength for your weight class.
Good point.
Was
Looked good for that
really
weight
good.
class.
Like for that
sure.
weight class, I think everything you looked super strong. You really, I think, surprised both of those first two guys.
Oh, there's no doubt.
With how strong you were, to go out and start locking up with them.
Yeah.
And which really gave you that advantage to just take advantage of them and be the stronger, more secure. Because there's a few times they like you really see they're trying to move you. They're trying to, they're trying.
Yeah,
to
all of us guys.
Trying to put some weight into you, and you're just like,
Yeah, what's funny is I had it on the Flow app, and I had cast it onto the TV. Of course, it was lucky. I got lucky on when I went back and watched the replays. It didn't seem to break up in static as bad.
Yeah.
And a little funny here, but Penn, he thought he thought we were watching like live ESPN, and he's sitting there and it dawns. He goes, "That's Austin." I was like,
awesome.
'cause that's the only one I watched, and he goes, "Dad, Dad, that's Austin. I said, son, I just put it up there. I know. And so we're watching, and then you won, and Penn's like, yeah, he does the Simon thing, It was so funny, man. He loved it.
They all do that Simon flex.
Yeah, they all do that Simon flex. Oh, he did say, you got to ask Penn about this one. He said, Dad, he goes, I figured it out. He goes, he said, this is the Simon. He said, this is the Kyle.
Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah, and then on Austin's the finals match, I was over with the Heltons coaching, hopping back and forth there, but I got to watch it from the end of the mat, just looking straight down the mat, and I watched almost in real time, and from I don't know 6-7 mats away, watched that guy just break. He mentally broke in that match with you. Yeah. After a couple takedowns, you get back up and you take him down and ended up with another takedown. And by the end of that match, he was just like,
Well, they'd already clashed heads a couple times. You're in it and you're in the final and you already starting to let it sink in that you got nothing. You got no answers
Just
here.
hitting a brick wall.
Yeah, it's like I don't have enough time to figure this out.
Yeah. No, it was really cool to watch.
Good, man.
Even from
You
there.
really did. Yeah, congratulations again. That was a really good showing. To me, overall, I definitely agree, Rev. You look good for that weight class, dude.
Yeah.
And that was 70 under?
76.
76 kilograms and under? What is that in pounds?
168.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are big for that.
Yeah.
What do you think you weighed when you finally rehydrated?
At least 175.
Yeah. So not a huge blow, but that's significant.
Solid though, and
Which I'm pretty sure the guy in the final he looked on
bigger.
the bigger side.
He was taller.
looked taller. and
Maybe that's
bigger,
all it
but
was then, yeah. It's fucking tall.
The second guy looked like he was probably at the strongest of the three. The first guy, I don't know. The first guy just looked like he was just frustrated with every collar tie, every stand up.
Well, you just
exchange.
kept pressing too. Like you could see
if
you
you-
on the offense.
Yeah,
That was the plan.
that's the plan, and that's what I was getting at. My second point on was that it was the best representation of the day of exactly what as an academy what we wanted to go out and do going into this camp. It was the best
Mark's right. You
representation
could
of
just
it.
see the defeat like on the guy's face. He was just like, "Fuck, man, this is not going away." And it's like you were constantly a problem for him. Like you were just in his face and pushing him and pushing him and pushing him, and it was just like you could tell he was like,
And all the way through the final, that wasn't even.
I'm done.
That wasn't even like we weren't even in deep water with him yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he still got like the hard rounds coming. Like if you say there's 4 more matches, like we still have room to fucking.
But
we can go.
I think
still
you
go.
mentally
promise.
subbed them.
Yeah. You look. Yeah.
I mean, you mentally subbed them too. That's what was cool.
Yeah.
Like they were
kind
just-
of a pattern for you there, buddy.
Yeah, I like it. I liked it.
Mark wasn't yelling for me to murder anybody.
No, he didn't. We didn't have to. Yeah. I didn't know what would happen if we started going into that
Hey, what's
already.
next? What's next for you?
I don't know. Some time off, probably. I think
Yeah.
8 weeks is a long time to focus.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had that asked more than once about what's Austin going to do and all. I'm like, you got to understand the level of focus that Austin puts into a thing. It's hard for any person to maintain that for very long, and still have, a life and a career and all this other stuff and a coaching position. And yeah, dude. Yeah. I get that, man. Find your, fucking, if you don't do anything but dominate the local scene, they'll know what's up when you show up. For sure.
Oh,
They'll
I
be
definitely
like,
got
"Oh,
the
this
feeling
motherfucker's
that,
running."
when he walked off the mat, I think there were people going, "Who the hell was that?"
Oh yeah,
You know, like,
'cause
I think-
if you try to find, if you try to scout him,
Yeah,
there ain't shit.
that's what I'm saying. I think there were people going.
IBJJF still says I'm a white belt.
Well, you definitely turned some heads and you put a few asterisks in the book for sure.
Well, and he definitely turned the momentum around for the day.
Put some people on their head.
Damn
Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
Damn right.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, definitely turned the momentum around for the day. I think after that, Will had another match. He successfully doubled the shit out of a guy, passed his guard, Americana'd him, so he got him a win for the day.
Yeah. Didn't die.
I like a Will.
Didn't podium.
Yeah.
And then Cole went on to run through his entire bracket
Very
Looked
methodically,
good.
which
Yeah.
is again to kind of what you were saying about Austin. Us as an academy, That's what we want.
That's what we're looking for.
We
That's
want
what
to
we're
look.
pushing.
We want guys to stick to the game plan. Have a game plan and very methodically go out and do what they want to do. Impose their will upon the other guy.
Are you just Facebooking right now? But what's on Marketplace, Jeff?
Not Marketplace. Someone sent me a message, and I was trying to open it, and it kept going to
As
video.
long as you're not leaving them hanging, I guess.
didn't want to leave them hanging.
They're more important.
I get it.
It's
Shut
okay.
up.
We understand.
I love y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turned the momentum around for the day. Cole, Cal ended up having to unfortunately tap with like 4 seconds left before he could get into the.
How many times did he puke?
He puked
Saturday?
a few times.
Who's this? Which one?
I
Cal.
forgot about Cal
He puked?
puking.
Oh, a couple times.
He hung his head in the trash can.
Like a couple.
times.
One
I'm
time
not really sure what happened with Cal on that
One
one. I forgot
time,
about that.
Cal ran like 4. I was down with you after your first match, and Cal runs like 4 or 5 mats down
To a trash can.
sit down to a trash can. Like there's trash cans all down the aisle, and he runs like just down, like he needed me next to us.
You think it
Just
was
to get-
nerves?
just to get-
You think it might have been just the amped up nerves?
No. He was amping up. He was and he cut a bunch of weight for it too.
He did probably cut it like not the most ideal way.
He did a
wrestler
like wrestler
mentality.
cut. Yeah, he didn't
He
do a
just
smart
gritted
cut.
through it.
Yeah, he just
Like
his bad.
saran wrap.
Probably
There ain't no telling.
making his nose bleed to get that last ounce. Like it was.
If I drop just a little bit of blood.
Yeah. It was like a Sam cut. It was rough.
Yeah. And then Crawford.
He was in today.
Crawford. Yeah, Sam was in here today.
He was in here rolling today.
Yeah.
Text
He
him.
looked for you. He
did
said,
look
"Where's
for you.
Jeff?"
I didn't see him.
Because he was here at Open Mat. Oh,
He was at the gym.
I had to work.
okay.
Listen. Are we doing another episode?
Yeah.
We have a lot to cover.
Okay.
But go ahead.
All right.
How much time you got on the clock?
We're at 1 right now.
Oh goodness.
Okay. Well, we'll tighten up.
That's
ADCC wrap up.
Yeah, we'll tighten up. So, yeah, Cole, another great representative of kind of what we're looking for. And then Crawford just had a barn burner of a final.
Yeah.
Fucking
It was an ADCC
serious.
scrap is what it was.
0-0 going into OT.
Into other mats,
going
off the mat.
everywhere off the mat, which is what
Into
we kind of got
Travin's waiting arms over there. Freaking Travin.
And then ended up getting scored on in late into OT.
Off
But
the mat.
Literally both guys, solid. I don't even remember the kid's name. Atos kid.
Yeah.
I mean, just fucking game. I mean, they were both. It was literally everything both of them had, and 2 young athletes like going at it like that.
It was like a tack-it match.
It was like a tack-it match.
It was
ADCC.
cool to have like both teams on each side of the mat, like
And big
everybody from each team fucking hyping them up. and that was really
like
cool.
we were there. Like we were like, yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And look, for the first time, and we've had a few of those situations with Travin and Bruno.
Atos.
Yeah, Atos.
The Travin Atos combo.
Yeah, the Travin Atos
It's
combo.
like a cocktail.
Yeah, we've had a few of those, but this was the first one that afterwards, Travin kind of looked over at us and went like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, that's like a
legit.
little respect there.
Right.
Because before we hadn't got it. It was, in those situations, it was still very, we're elite. That one, M Boys earned it on that one.
Yeah.
They put on a show.
Well,
It was
any
really
of them
good
Heltons,
grappling.
you have to damn kill them.
You got to break them.
You gotta freaking kill them
Yeah.
to get them to stop. Like, you just do.
Yeah, they're
like,
not gonna
in
quit.
here, I just try to hold them down.
Yeah,
like
they're
just
tough
don't
to-
even try to
they're
submit.
tough
Just
to
try to hold the fuckers down.
Yeah.
Like you'll be tired.
Yeah.
it's a job. Like I'd rather just submit you a lot, but it's harder to just hold you down than it is just to submit them.
Yeah.
But it's a
So
it's a
that was
tasky day.
that was in the finals of Crawford. So he ended up coming out with silver on it.
Yep.
So we wrapped up some good stuff.
Yeah, we had a lot of people that did make the podium. We had some decent gold,
Yep.
silver,
Didn't we come in like 6th?
Sixth overall.
made top 10.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. It was it wasn't exactly like I well, obviously, like we'd want it to be, but we showed up and showed out.
Let's think about that for a second.
Yeah.
We came in 6th, 1,500 competitors. We had 15. We had 1% of the competitors
Right.
in that event.
You know,
we came in 6th.
I was actually curious about the other day, which is going to send us down a rabbit hole that we don't have to go down. But no, well, outside of like Steve and Dana, not a big 10 Planet Atlanta.
Beering was there.
Besides, yeah, that's right, Beering and Dana. Like
Did Dana medal?
I don't know.
I think he lost. I don't think he
Did he?
medaled.
I'm
Beering
not
got
sure.
second. He didn't win.
Really? I just figured they would have showed up in numbers.
I would have too.
Because they can really get on the board with just when they come as a team.
Yeah.
Like everywhere they go, like they'll take the fucking whole thing, you know, because they'll produce so much
Some of
gold
those
and
big
silver.
clubs, I mean, how many competitors are they bringing?
Shit, some of
Odyssey had 25.
Yeah.
I think the Atos Traven group had more than that. Like it's a numbers game.
A lot of it always is when it comes to the team points.
Who was it that had the chicks on the sidelines had the sign?
Oh my god!
Oh, I don't know. Who was that? I don't know, but that was hilarious.
Oh yeah,
What did the sign say again?
it said,
Huh?
"Do everything
Somebody's
you taught
outside
us to do."
Somebody we know.
I got you.
All right.
I'll let y'all wrap.
All right, we'll wrap this up. Kyle. Yeah.
What did it say? What did it say? The sign?
Huh? Oh,
What the fuck, bro?
did you take a picture of him? Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah, good call, Brandon. Good job.
The sign said, "Do everything you taught us to do,
I think I
coach,"
took a picture.
and they were fucking hyped.
Yeah.
Were they hot?
No.
No.
I don't know.
Well, he said no.
I
I mean, it would help.
don't like to judge.
I understand.
Yeah, let me look. I think
You're always safe saying no.
recently deleted. Yeah, we did, but
Oh, the funny thing was when
I don't, oh yeah, I did.
oh my gosh.
I did. I took a picture. Look.
What does it say?
Just do everything you taught us to do, coach. Purple hair and all. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Look, that's her husband right there in the background. Like, fuck,
What you
she would've
can't
made that.
Hey, wait, no. Look, what you guys can't tell is there's a bunch of different messages. Like she's got a bunch of different things, cards to. It's like cue cards. Yeah, so she was
Dumb. That's
Yeah.
so fucking dumb.
Well, I mean, maybe, you know.
No, it's dumb.
Is it dumb?
No, it's dumb.
It's pretty dumb. Well, and it's like cue cards.
It's dumb.
If you're in the middle of a jiu-jitsu match,
it's like a Saturday Night Live skit.
The last thing that I want you to do is look over and start reading cards that are like being flashed at you.
Julie has the
Like,
cards.
wait, what did that say?
I mean, they're the kind that would like bring out cheerleaders.
Yeah, I don't even. I think
Yeah.
that's even
There was
beyond
sold.
that. They are sold.
That's all that was.
That's 100%
That's all I was.
sold.
I was like, "Ooh,
She's paid. She's
sold."
Yeah,
You're a grown ass woman. Put your fucking
no.
card down.
Put your card down. This isn't funny.
She's
And there
paid
was
for-
one dude doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, "Bruh."
Yeah, they paid for privates for them and their kid. They probably did family privates with that coach, where they bought a whole bucket of privates.
Speaking of privates, here at Integrity BJJ, 728 Bankhead Hot. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep. ADCC Atlanta Open gold medalist Austin. We'll be doing privates. They just went up, ironically enough. Now they're $50 more an hour than
Not
what
that
they were.
bad. Still a deal.
Yeah, it's still a great
Still a
deal. You know, the only
You're winning in this
Yep.
scenario.
Yep, 76
I'm going
kilogram.
to start doing privates.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
On OnlyFans.
Mine's going to be navigating the relationships while doing BJJ.
Huh? You failed at that.
I know. We talked about this, remember?
Oh.
Mark?
Yeah.
Oh, because you would know. Because
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff's going to start giving privates.
Giving privates.
it's navigating relations. I almost lost me for a second. Like you started looking at me like into my soul, Jeff, from that weird angle, and it worried me a little. I'm sorry. I was a little slow to pick things
Just
up.
go to the next podcast.
No, so overall good day. Kyle went out, won his first one.
Yeah.
Did what he was supposed to do in it.
Yeah, you look good on that one.
Pop that guy's shoulder.
Yeah, it crunched. It didn't pop. That's why I was like, dude, are you good? It was like, yeah, I wasn't hovering over him to be like a dick. In the video, it looks like I'm just like, fucking it. But I hit it. It just went further. Like, he tapped, but by the time he tapped, it was already making its way.
It was already out.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, are you good? He was like, yeah, I think I'm fine. Luckily, his guy didn't show.
After the match was really funny hearing him talk to us about the match. He's like, well, yeah, and he like picked me up. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I definitely probably showed my hand a little too much in that first one and didn't necessarily need to. I had to get off balance a couple times, and they got me in on the body. And when I got my hands locked, I just ran him, and because I wanted him on his back, and kind of rushed first Kimura. I didn't really have anything staple in the bottom, so on the second one, stepped over the elbow and then got that there. And then going into the final, Luke Elders, he was ranked number 1 seed for advanced absolute ADCC. He runs IBJJFs as well. He had just won the Open the weekend before, but I don't know what he does for a living, but he travels and competes a lot. But I still felt like stylistically it was going to match up pretty well. Your boy Luke made some fucking adjustments. Somebody finally got in his ear and told him to quit taking chances because he didn't take any chances. Nope. He just stayed on my head and bugged the shit out of my head for a whole round. And then by the time I heard points were up, I don't know, 5 minutes, like 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. I'm like, fuck. So he was either going to bug my head to get me to pop up and go under, or which I don't think he really wanted to try to get all the way under me, being all the way up there. And instead, he used that to get on top of my head, got my hands on the mat, and then started to break me down. So I got some, he scored, and then, he kind of ran away after that, but whatever.
Should have sent that Eminari roll a little sooner.
Yeah, that's why I was like, fucking Eminari. Yeah, I knew I was low on the clock, but, I figured might as well.
Didn't hurt nothing.
Might as well. I was really fighting the urge to pull underneath him. And the only time I probably could have, I didn't even recognize it, Austin pointed out, when he went like double tie plumb.
Yeah.
I could have posted those elbows and just chucked right into like butterflies.
Yep.
I was really fighting it on Saturday not to.
Yeah.
Because part of what he was doing was he was IBJJFing me. Like,
yes.
I was going to IBJJF him. So, part of that is to get you to pull when you can't pull anything off, and then they still score and they still fuck you up. So, but in that instance, well, I say that, but that's because most of the ultras pull incorrectly.
Yes.
They just fucking drop to like a half and then they just smash you or whatever. But with that tie, I really could have elevated him over me and really got in. I believe if I would have, I either would have swept or submitted him.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was a good learning experience. We'll change some tactics up and start to get a little lighter on my feet again. I think I've gotten too Godzilla lately, planting my feet and all that. So we'll make some adjustments, and I'll see his ass again.
Absolutely.
So,
yep.
Yeah, he's back. He's on the list with a couple other successful ultra grapplers that I'm gonna fucking break off into my black belt career. So
I like it.
That's where we're at on it. So
I like it.
But yeah, that was ADCC. It was a good day. It was a long day. We had a lot of good support. Love everybody that came out. Love all the guys that went out and trained and really, stayed out there, competed, ran your matches, showed up, ready to bang, and we showed out. I was really happy with everybody.
I definitely could not have done that without the team, for sure. It would have been. It totally changes the mood when you have a squad of people to go out.
It's the only thing that got me to my bracket, dude.
When you go alone, it's terrible. When you have a couple people, it's better. But when you have a squad, totally changes the whole.
I love it.
Absolutely, and that's a great point. Like that is a great point. That's that's something to keep in mind, when we really want to go out and try to, move some numbers, move the needle and all that. So show up as a team.
It was a great team integrity day for us. It was a great team integrity day. And everything didn't go right. Everything didn't go wrong. But as a team, we all showed up for each other. Everybody really put the work in going into it.
Absolutely.
We all played our part and didn't try to overplay our part. And that's the other cool thing about us as a group is we no one's trying to. There's no ego in our team. Even among the black belts, there's no ego there. There's no one doing too much.
I definitely should have let y'all coach more. Y'all told me to. Y'all told me to let you, but.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was going to be at the side of the mat or coaching anyway. There's no way I couldn't have been,
Right.
But,
no, it's hard to turn it off in those moments.
Yeah.
Especially when that's kind of you're used to that pattern, and that's why I wanted to be there early so that you wouldn't do that.
And dude, I'm so thankful that you did.
And take the kids matches and the first teen matches away so that you're not there like amped up the whole day.
Yeah, 12, 14
hours.
Before, no, I was any later, and your boy was just being able to say, fuck it. Like, give me a credit or something, dude. You didn't get my fucking division started till 9:30, 10 o'clock or some dumb shit. Boy, y'all can't do that to me.
Yeah, it was tough. But overall, great team integrity day.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to June 7th.
Boom.
June 7th, we're having the quartet. Maybe a couple super fights. Do we have
maybe
anybody?
We've got some interest.
A couple guys out for super
throwing some
fights.
applications in.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Maybe a couple super fights. Well, who knows?
I mean,
Who
I
knows what matches?
hear Walnon's feeling hefty these days. And
Walnon. If Walnon is an ultra, I would.
Walnon's an ultra. He's over 225.
I would absolutely. I would destroy Walnon in the gi.
Oh my god.
Walnon better come correct with his Brazilians. But no. Naturalized citizen American self now.
Word.
Walnon got his citizenship.
Hey, congratulations,
and
Walnon.
no disrespect to Walnon. No disrespect
to Black Belch.
Black Belch. I like Walnon. Walnon's a good guy. But
he's a character. That's for
he is a character. It would be a fun match.
We love watching Walnon. Just so y'all know, like it's usually a lot of fun.
It's an experience. Walnon, if Walnon would take the match, I don't know if he would, but if Walnon would take the match with me, it would be a fun match for everybody. Walnon definitely makes things exciting. I don't think there's any way that he overcomes the size and strength difference for me and is able to do anything with me. He better go check with the Lobsters and see how that worked out for the last super heavyweight that came up to ultra heavyweight and decided he wanted to no-gi or to grapple in the gi. With me, but I would definitely take it. I have a nice place to train down in Jacksonville while I'm down there. Got a couple ultra heavyweights. Got an ultra heavyweight black belt who's right in that 245 range.
Shout out to Juggernaut.
Jiu-Jitsu in Jacksonville. Who definitely he's a legit 3rd degree black belt down there. So we would definitely get some rolls in. I could be ready for him on June 7th.
Okay.
So if that happens, it happens. But I would like to see all of Integrity come out to the district on June 7th. Let's show out. Let's show up. Let's let the quartet go out and eat. Let's turn these boys loose on SBG, Odyssey, and Philip Smith Jiu-Jitsu.
Word.
So looking forward to that.
Absolutely. NFC June 7th, baby.
June 7th. Doors open at 4:00, I think. Speaking of doors open,
we locked
TJ
out.
Locked himself out.
On that note, the feds are here. We're out.
We gotta go. We love you guys. We are out.